Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the ProgHat channel. I hope you're doing well. I've been off for the last 4 days, taking it easy. And over the weekend, I visited some places different from the city that I live in, and checked out some other places for some records. I also picked up some CDs, and that's what this video is going to be about. My little haul from my second adventurous trip that I've done so far this, I guess you're now heading towards the fall. So I hope you enjoy my finds. I'm going to start off with my CDs. One thing I want to mention is that one of the places that I went to was a place that I had never been to before, and I really enjoyed their record store. It was like going a flashback in time. People were very friendly and very helpful in there. So let me begin with some of my CD pickups as well. Stopped at a Walmart and picked up, I didn't have this album by Metallica, but I went with the $5 version of And Justice for All Metallica. I love this album, but I still missing some bass. I don't really hear much bass on this, but I'm sure there's some story about all that and why that is. But happy to have it. One thing I thought was really cool was these really neat artwork inside. And the side that has the CD in has some really cool artwork. It doesn't glow in the dark, but I thought it was really cool. It also comes with a booklet as well, which is really neat. And listen to this on Spotify. I was riding around with my sweetheart as we were going to, to various places to look for, things that we're into, things that we like to buy and collect. And I have to say that the song One, The Shortest Straw, Harvest of Sorrow are three of my favorite songs on this album. And Justice for All, really good record. Don't know if I need it on vinyl just yet, but I'm happy with finding it on CD. Find a $1.99 version of Dirty Deeds, done dirt cheap. Really in good condition. It does have this. I haven't decided if I'm going to take this off, but has the booklet inside of this as well. Let me do this correctly, folks. Don't want to get nobody motion sickness. Really cool booklet inside. The CD's in very good shape. What I always loved about this album here, and I know this is the American version, is that a lot of these songs still have that vibe. They're really raw, and it sounds like most of the songs sound like they were recorded in a garage, and I love that about it. I mean, there's still that energy, that high voltage sound of AC/DC. One of my favorite tracks to listen to is the Ain't No Fun, Waiting Around to Be a Millionaire, excuse me. Ride On is such a good track. One of the slower numbers, which AC/DC doesn't do too many slow type tunes, but Ride On is a great song. Great vocal delivery on these tracks by the legendary Bon Scott. I found the very best of the Righteous Brothers, Unchained Melody on CD. Wanted this, but every time I find a CD version of it or even an LP version of it, they're in really rough shape. But this one was in real good shape. Happy to have it. My favorites on this is, of course, You Lost That Lovin' Feeling, Unchained Melody, which was made popular by the movie Ghost, You Are My Soul and Inspiration. But one of my personal favorites is Ebe or Ebby Tide, Tide. Hopefully I said that correctly. But yeah, that's one of my favorite songs. These guys sing so soulful, amazing vocals, love it. Finally added something for by this artist, Nina Simone, the best of. Thought this was a good place to start. This was about $1 in one of the thrift stores I went to. But yeah, so I'm going to start here and see if I go into the rabbit hole of getting some of her albums or more of her CDs. I think it's a first generation type CD. It's on this Philips. Where did it say this? Compact disc audio. I think the back said something about AAD. Maybe. I'm sure it's going to sound fine. Those are my CD finds. Now I'm moving to my LP finds. I was so glad to find some of these records, which I hardly ever see them around where I live. So I had to, go somewhere else and found some ones that most definitely are missing pieces to my collection. I'm going to start out by showing Gentle Giant, the album, Civilian. Yes, real nice copy of this album. Their last album, it's really, really good. I haven't heard it in a while, so I don't remember much about it. But I used to have it on CD a long, long time ago. It does have the really cool... I'm not sure if this artwork was done by Hypnosis. But Gary Green, great guitarist. Lyrics, I believe this is on, but let's double check it. Oh, this one's on Columbia. Civilian. If you're a Gentle Giant fan, you'll grow to appreciate this album and one in your collection. It was one of my great vinyl finds for myself. Now, some of these records might not be something that is nothing new to a lot of folks, but as I mentioned, this album also, I want to mention, it came out in 1980, but it fills the hole in my Gentle Giant collection. Next was Ian Hunter. Been picking up some of his stuff. This is Overnight Angels. Now, this one was found in this record store called Janie's Records. It's been open since 1985. And I found a UK copy of it. Love the artwork. Haven't heard this album in a long time. There's one song written by Ian Hunter and Earl Slick, who played guitar for David Bowie for quite a while. Trying to remember, I know the song Overnight Angels. It's been a while, honestly, folks. You can see that right there if you can. England. Very nice UK copy. $5 plus tax. Oh, no tax at this record store. If you're paying with cash, no tax. I thought that was awesome. What else did I get there? Let me show this one. This is not one that I got. I got this one somewhere else for about $3. A really vintage ringwear copy of AC/DC Power Age. I feel like it's an underrated album. I know there's a lot of music channels out there, so I know I can say this, but I really don't know because I don't know a lot of people's channels out there, just like they don't know a lot about the ProgHat's channel. But I hardly ever see anybody talk about this one. This album hits home for me. It's one of my all-time favorites. I mean, it's like it said, this is Power Age, this is Power Up. An album cover that I read a long time ago, someone said they didn't really like the album cover because it made Angus Young look like he was some kind of a Christmas tree. But oh well, folks, you know what I'm saying. But I think it's kind of got that idea in a way of some kind of hypnosis, but I don't think it was done by hypnosis. But I love the back cover of this album. This album, every song, in my opinion, is just straight up rock and roll, blues rock. It's energetic, fist shaking, air guitar, air drums. I just love it from beginning to end. Rock and Roll Dalmatian, killer track. Down Payment Blues, man, that's pretty That's hardcore to me, heavy duty. Side 2 is my favorite because, you know, it's got that nice flow of the track, Sin City, What's Next to the Moon, which I used to hear a lot on FM Rock Studio, Gone Shooting. The last two tracks are my personal favorites, Up to My Neck and You and Kicked in the Teeth. And I have to say that when I hear those songs, I think it's preparing me, or I feel like we're going to hear those exact power chords, guitar riffs, which would be coming next for Highway to Hell. Shot Down in Flames, If You Want Blood, You Got It. Um, uh, Girls Got Rhythm. I don't know. I feel like those songs could have just latched onto that album as well. But anyway, Power Age, glad to have it. It does play a little bit of the Rice Krispie side, but it not much. I mean, it's very minimal, and it's just very energetic. One of my favorite records. Now, going back, I got a few more to show um, from that record store that I went to, and this was $5 as well. I saw this album shown by Michael P. Dawson on his channel. And I remember this album because if I remember someone playing it either on 8-track or vinyl back in the day. And so when he brought it up again, I kept my eye out for it. And lo and behold, I finally have it in my collection now. This is early Steppenwolf, recorded live at the Matrix in San Francisco. A year before I was born, 1967. Like it says, there's improvising, there's jamming. Side 2 begins with a real early version of The Pusher, which got kind of like a little bit of progness to it at the beginning. Really cool. I love the raw sounding. The side one with the early blues stuff like Howlin' for My Baby, which I think is a Howlin' Wolf song. Karina, Tighten Up Your Wig. Great album on ABC Records. Not in bad shape. It plays fine for me. Record cover is not too bad in shape. But look, you get that real long version of The Pusher. Good stuff. Steppenwolf. Very underrated band. No, don't know why, but they are. Another album that I don't see around here, believe it or not, and probably everybody else sees this record everywhere. This was the album that came out the year of 82, right after Bad Company's Desolation Angels. And I thought it was a good follow-up to it. In fact, a few of the tracks got a lot of airplay on FM rock radio around here. I remember sticking a blank cassette and waiting for a lot of certain songs. And there were certain songs from Bad Company's Rough Diamonds that I found for $5. And I was so stoked about it. Of course, I never find one that's really in... This is in good shape. The record is in good shape. But I got the Rip Across Tear edition. Hey, I think it adds to this. You know, some rough diamonds here. Bad Company. It's apologize. It's still in the plastic, but it's on Swan Song Records. Produced by Bad Company. Saxophone playing by Mel Collins. Excellent. There's some lead guitar playing by Paul Rodgers, who, if I had a rock band, I would want Paul Rodgers to be one of my singers in it. But it really comes with this really neat inner sleeve, you know. Maybe this is Vegas. I don't know. The rough diamonds, rough nights. Roll them, you know. Roll the dice and see what happens. And this is the inner sleeve. I love it. I think the kind of tells the, what do you say, like a little bit of the titles of some of the songs. Like, I think I found a photo for The Painted Face, Ballad of the Band, Cross Country Boy. Maybe that's him right here. But I love this inner sleeve, this cool looking moonlight from the street light there. Such a good record. The songs that I really do like a lot on here: Electric Land, Painted Face, Kick Down, Ballad of the Band, Cross Country Boy, Paul Rogers plays lead guitar on that. Downhill Rider got a lot of airplay around here. And Racetrack was another track that got a lot of airplay. This album, this pressing sounds really good. Rough Diamonds, I'm so glad to have that in there. Don't know if I'll get anything after that. I mean, I like their very first album all the way up to Rough Diamonds. But you never know. You never know. I might go into that direction and get some of the later albums that have a different singer that took Paul Rogers' place. It was so kind of him that I was looking at his dollar records too as well, and I found a really good one, and he threw it in for free. He said, you can take that with you. It's Graham Parker and the Rumor, the Up Escalator. I found a real clean copy of it. It used to belong to a B. Young. So this is the cover of it. Almost, I'm not understanding the cover, but hey, it is what it is. But been digging some Graham Parker and the Rumor. I forget the movie that he's in with Paul Rudd. Oh, or is it Paul Rudd? The actor, you know, the one that plays the Ant from Marvel and a bunch of movies. But it's a movie where he's promoting and hyping up the career of Graham Parker. That's a really funny movie. Here's the inner sleeve inside. Really cool photo. Kind of got that Yes vibe, the way they look. You know, going for the one. But anyway, folks, those are my music finds from one of my adventurous trip number 2. I hope you enjoyed this video. I do want to say thank you to all those who have subscribed here lately. I'm not that far from hitting the big 900. We'll see what happens, but I appreciate the love and support. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up, drop me a comment about any of these records that I've shown or any of these artists. But anyway, take care and have a great upcoming week.